now you got me thinking of just like some
Yeah.
of my interact because now I'm wondering, I'm like, wait a second. Was that McDonald's truck specifically on that highway because they know that there are McDonald's rest areas on that highway to make sure that like that big juicy Big Mac is in my face for miles? Or was that just the best route anyway? But it's such a the psychology of this is so fascinating. Welcome to Stream, a trucktractortrailer.com production. My name is Zach Miller. I'm your host, and I'm joined today by Tara Gooch, who is a branding and marketing expert. She is the co-founder and executive vice president of Brands in Motion and the CEO of Executive Branding Solutions. Tara, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Zach.
So this is really cool. This is something that people in trucking have to be cognizant of, particularly your fleet managers and your C-suite level, because the fact is that every single truck that's on the road is in fact a mobile advertisement for that company. And I think we're all familiar with the signs on the back of the truck. Hey, how's my driving? Call 1-800 whatever. But the truth is that you're visible. You're talking about a significant piece of equipment rolling down the American streets with your name and logo and information branded right there on the side. They have to be cognizant of this.
That's right. Exactly. And I'm sure we've all seen, a really, big branded trailer, but it's filthy too, right? It's it's got the logo on there, so it's doing some part of a job, in marketing and advertising, but it's dirty, and it a part of that diminishes the brand perception, right?
Exactly. And even things that like where a driver they're running out of hours, so they have to pull over and rest. It's like, well, people driving down see a truck pulled over, they don't no regular person has any idea what the heck hours of service are. They just see a truck parked where they shouldn't be. And to your point, if you have a filthy trailer there parked where it shouldn't be, it's just like you're digging the brand, and the driver's not even necessarily doing anything wrong, and the brand is still being dinged.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Or at any truck stop, if the driver's filling up gas, how many, potential customers is that truck interacting with, right? Because I mean, it's a fact, it's an interaction. So every year in the United States, about 95% or more of the population is reached in some way by out of home advertising, what's called OOH, out of home. So, and that would be any kind of advertisement that you see that's, not inside the confines of either your TV, computer screen, that sort of thing. So it is literally advertisement outdoors. So Americans are reached, and it is an incredible reach. And it's, they're statistically have been found to reach more people than traditional billboards. So the advertisements on the side of the road, big traditional billboard, people pay attention to a semi truck next to them. You kind of have to. If you're not, please keep your eyes on the road, right? So you have to pay attention to a semi truck next to you, but it's not just you either. It's your passenger as well. So now you have two people interacting with that brand in a way. So the reach is incredible with out of home advertising, and not to have your brand on trucks that diminishes that reputation that you're trying to build, that you're trying so hard to build.
So because I was just going to ask. So then, a client they'll call you. What's that process like? What do you walk them through? How does that interaction go between you and the potential client customer?
Yeah, sure. So our target customer are customers that want to increase their brand recall, their brand recognition, drive customers to their brand. And you do that one of the most effective ways with out of home advertising, right? because it just, the reach is incredible and people have to see it. So when a customer calls us, we set up a consultation. We just get to discover a little bit about what they need. So let's say it's a bank, right, that has an already national footprint, but they want to, get more of a brand recall, brand recognition, get more customers interested and see them. So they would hire a company like us that can go nationally, regionally, or locally, just depending on, whatever the customer's needs are. But we have the ability to offer local, regional, and national reach with our fleets. We have fleets that, not to get into all the details of it, but that can run where your target customers are. We optimize routes. And we GPS track everything. So we can give you real-time data, historical data that's incredibly, it adds so much value to your advertising campaign, because you have information that, okay, so I have this fleet, it's going through the Midwest right now. Well, is it parked on the side of the road or behind a building, or is it actually in routes where my customers are that's getting the most views and exposure? And when you optimize routes and gain that exposure, you're reaching a target customer, a target market that is so large and effective. And it's upwards of 70,000 to 110 impressions a day, which is incredible reach.
That really is incredible. And now you got me thinking of just like some of my interact, because now I'm wondering, I'm like, wait a second. Was that McDonald's truck specifically on that highway because they know that there are McDonald's rest areas on that highway to make sure that like that big juicy Big Mac is in my face for miles? Or was that just the best route anyway? But it's such the psychology of this is so fascinating.
It is, and it's customer behavior, but on our end too, just what problem can we solve for a customer? And honestly, I think that's, why we're all in business, or at least we hope that's why we're in business. We're in business to solve those problems for those customers. And maybe they don't even know it's a problem. So we talked about, a dirty fleet or an unkept fleet or an unsafe fleet, right? So you don't even know it's a problem. And now we're addressing it before it even becomes a problem. So that's why you're in business. You're in business to solve problems for customers, to make their lives easier, and gain market share. That's why we're all doing this. And we believe that there is a definite niche for this. And just today I got an email marketing that came to me for out of home advertising, but on the water. So picture a little boat driving by with a mobile billboard, right? So there's so much out there, and it's just interesting when you get into the industry and really start to dig in and learn about it. It's fascinating.
That really is. But you brought up something really interesting though, because I know that a few years back, I believe it was 2018, you interviewed our CEO John Gilley about when he was first forming trucktractortrailer.com, and that's you asked him that straight up, why are you doing this? And he said, because there's a problem in the marketplace in terms of liquidation, in terms of quick liquidation, and I want to solve it. So let me ask you, as you've been monitoring from the TTT problem solving, how do you think we've done over the last 4 years, and maybe what sort of do we need to change some of our branding or marketing tactics, in-house?
Well, I've been privy enough to see both of your pitch books, so I think they're awesome. I love them. They're high energy. They are, which is exactly the field that you guys are going for. You're going for high energy, high impact, and you have that. So TTT, it brings a different level to the marketplace. It does bring a solution, right? Because right now it needs a disruptor. And you guys are the solution for that. And I think there's a a huge pool that you guys are going to have. it's one of those markets, it's kind of hard to break into, but I feel like with you guys, it'll catch on just wildfire. Once it ignites, it's going to be a real spark. I look forward to the continued success of TTT. I think you guys are doing great things. You guys have a great team. And I'm excited. I think the branding is on point. I love the social media presence as well, and how you guys are continually trying new things. So, for this example, the YouTube platform now is fun and exciting, and it captures a different audience that's wider and engaging too. And yeah, I think you guys are doing all the right things.
Thank you. And we're seeing a lot of that too. But I think that, that last point, I think, is something that anybody in any business can use. It's just like, it may not be so easy to try new things, but it's really important. And especially, as you say, you're in whatever business you're in the problem solving business. And if, problems persist, you have to try new things. You have to change it up, and you have to be flexible and adaptable to doing that. And I think that's all great. Tara, somebody wants to get in touch with you. Somebody wants to use Brands in Motion services. How do they go about doing that?
Yeah, so you can reach out to me on my email. That'd be great. Tara at branded-motion.com, or my website, www.branded-motion.com, or my cell phone is fine too. 615, that's the area code, 615-289-6330.
Love it. Tara, thank you so much for joining us today. Really fun conversation. Really appreciate everything you're doing.
Absolutely.
And I think I think you're a good one to have back every so often to really monitor progress here, because like you say, it's data driven. The numbers matter, so it matters to check and recheck them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. You guys like what you see, please subscribe to Stream, and we'll see you next time.